16th of January 2024. In this news flash, I'm going to talk about the ANC and the NHI bill. Now, I saw this article early this morning. Whether you like it or not, Ramaphosa vows to sign NHI into law. President Cyril Ramaphosa says that the NHI will move ahead and be signed into law whether critics and opponents like it or not. And then there was a comment on it, oh well, enjoy the end of private healthcare in South Africa. ZA hurtling down the dystopia cliff. Now, this is very important for people, the ordinary people, to take note of. This is an exact example of how this political leadership class has assumed the role of a royal class of rulers. They don't care for the people. Now, there's a lot of stories about the NHI and there is thousands and thousands of publications on it, all explaining why it will fail. But what you have to take into consideration is that this ANC has been looting the country at a rate that nobody expected. And it is obscene how they have stolen the money from the state coffers. It is also a fact that we know that by end of March, the government's most probably going to be out of money. Now, in '94, South Africa, the government pension fund was one of the top funds in the world, and it was a fund that was managed in such a way that the investments that the fund did, those investment revenues per month covered the overheads of the fund. So the new contributions from members just went in to build the capital pool. But of course, these cretins, with their compatriots in XXX, were absolutely chomping at the bit to get their hands on that pension money. And there has been many reports of how that pension fund has been stripped out of money in the past 30 years. And this is not, I'm not going to talk about that. But they've reached now a point where the resistance to their pillaging of the pension fund is public knowledge, and there is a lot of voices going up against it. So, where must they find money? They have taken out loans to the extent that they are now battling to just make it to pay the interest rate, the interest payments. And new loans are becoming more expensive. Plus, they don't have any more assets, real assets that they can offer as collateral. They have given everything. The last one I saw is that apparently the Garib Dam has been given as security against one or other loan. So the population of South Africa must understand. You see these dams and you see all these things and you think this is the country's assets. It's not. These cretins has already given that assets as security against loans that they made, telling a story they want to do this or that with a loan, and then in the end when the money lands in South Africa they just steal it. Just think about something. How did the ANC manage to get out of that court order against them that the creditor wanted to liquidate them, and all of a sudden that is off the pages? And a one-liner was published, they have settled it. How is that possible? But we don't have details of the settlement. And now they're going for the last real big pool of money in the country, and that is the reserves of the private medical security companies. Because by law, those companies are forced to keep security in cash. And the medical aid funds has got vast amounts of money. The thing that is pissing the ANC off is that those medical aid funds, they are managed by intellectually bright investment brains, and they don't want to invest in certain projects that the government wants them to invest in because they know they're going to invest there and lose it all. So they don't do it because they've got a responsibility towards their customers. The state hospitals are in a total state of disaster. I don't need to explain it to you. It is a fuck up of note. The people that has to use these facilities know firsthand that those facilities are fucked. The only facilities that are really operational are the private sector's facilities. Now they want to destroy that. They want to destroy that. And many questions are asked why they want to do it. The bottom line is the main reason they want to do it is to get their fucking hands on that money that the private sector medical aid firms has got in their accounts. That is what they are after. They don't give a fuck about the fact that you will not get any medical service. We can already see there's a health shortage on doctors, and the doctors are leaving the country. But they don't listen. So the voters need to take note of this, and you better wake up. Because if you allow Cyril to do this NHI thing, it will destroy medical care in South Africa in totality. The same way the railways has been destroyed in totality. Same thing. The same way they're busy destroying Eskom. That's what they're going to do. They don't give a shit that you are without electricity or that you don't have cheap rail transport to work. They don't care about that. The fact of the matter is, if we allow this guy to get away with this, it's going to be a more of a disaster for the country. And the voters will pay. We are the ones that are going to pay for this. They are going to cream it. So, think about this and ask yourself, how did it happen that a small handful of people has got total control over South Africa, and in that control of theirs, they are fucking destroying the country? And we are the people, we are the ones that are going to suffer. They're going to be cozy in their estates, in their mansions with all their billions in the banks. But we will suffer. You must think about that. This cannot be allowed. This cannot be allowed. It will be fatal for South Africa. Please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. Thank you for your support.